कमल हासन डॉटर श्रुति हासन के साथ पहुंचे न्यूयॉर्क में 38 इंडिया डे परेड के मौके पर। इस बार लगभग 1.5 लाख लोग इंडिया डे परेड पर हुए शामिल and recorded the largest event outside India to celebrate country's Independence Day. इस मौके पर Zoom ने की श्रुति हासन से exclusive interaction.
You must have already seen the festivities here in New York, and she just makes it brighter. Thank you, Shruti, for joining us.
Thank you.
I think it's been totally our honor that she was the guest of honor at the NYC parade here.
Oh, like good play on words.
But no, it was crazy. I mean, I was there, and I've been here watching it. But does it feel a little nostalgic when you see so many people, sort of?
I think like for me it was just like amazing because I didn't honestly I knew that there are Indians outside of India, but to see them in such a strong force, I was like, really, this was Bharat Mata Ki Jai, and like, everything together, like the enthusiasm that they had and the love that they had for us. So it was really, really amazing to watch that, and I felt really honored to be the guest of honor.
Absolutely right. We were talking about inclusion, how important it is in today's world to include everybody.
Yeah.
And looking at that, I think, what do you have? Do you feel that one day we will all be able to forget that we are all different creeds? We are all different people. Yet, at the end of all, we can love each other.
It's a complicated question, Rudrani, because I think identification is such a big part of how people define themselves. I am Indian. I'm Tamilian. I'm Maharashtrian. Whatever. And those give people a sense of belonging, but really we're the human race on this planet, and the real thing that we should be, the real ideal that we should be working towards is saving the planet that we live on, because we people just have to share it.
Here on that. Like we're discussing, we're here in NYC, as you can see, in India Day Parade. It's awesome. Patriotism has been defined in various ways. How would you define patriotism?
I think it's not something I wear on my sleeve. It's something I carry in my heart. To me, being Indian may not mean what it means to somebody else, but what it means to me is very powerful. I carry it with me wherever I go. And as a modern and global Indian, I think it's about taking a bit of India everywhere you go, but also being able to amalgamate and mix into cultures as well. So I think the balance is the key for the way forward for everyone, and that to me is patriotism, not to leave home behind, but not to be afraid to adapt and grow in the global frontiers of life.
I don't want to sound preachy, but we talk about changing the world in some way or the other. But how would you sort of say we can, in our own ways, be a part of this change?
I think, it's, I've realized as I've been more in the public eye, really, I've realized that, it's difficult to be involved in anything and everything, but it's important to know that you have a certain responsibility. And, there are so many things that happen in India, whether it's the floods in Kerala, or whether, it is the need for education. And if there is a small thing, even if it's like the smallest donation, or even thinking about it in the day, and saying, what can I do? I think it's important to start in the smallest ways. But I think the way in which I contribute the most is to what I see in front of me that I could help change.
And well said on that. I think we need to start, like they say, charity begins at home, change begins at home itself. And to end it, of course, we all have been, and Zoom especially has been, I have been sort of following her on Instagram and getting all her details. We know you've been busy. And I remember the last time we spoke, you said, I'm going to really concentrate on my singing and, take out, I know fans are waiting.
Kept her promise.
She's kept her promise.
Yes.
But a little hints of what's happening, collabs, I hear a few things.
Yes, I'm working on music internationally, which is really exciting, but it's not ready yet. I'm doing a lot of collaborations within the country as well, which I'm really, really excited about. I've always felt I am like a product of the music community, so I feel like really good going back into it. That feels really nostalgic and important to me. And also the films that I want to do, I've become much more selective about them because it's really hard to balance otherwise. So it's been a very interesting year with my production house, with the 1 or 2 films I'm doing, as well as the international music, as well as the Indian music. So it's been really, really interesting.
Well, great. More power to you. And she's like the best person I know. I don't say this to everybody. But thank you for keeping it real. We have to keep it real. There you are, our guest of honor at the India Day Parade. And to end it, if you could just tell them, you know, all the fans who've come from all parts of US, you know, who've been here for you. If you have to tell them something about, you know, how you feel about the entire experience.
Oh my God, I love you guys. Thank you all for coming out today. And for those of you who are watching at home, thank you for giving us such a warm welcome in New York City. And I love you. Yeah.
And we love you. Thank you so much.